He saw his own double. It spoke to him, dictated stories, and watched him write. The great French author Guy de Maupassant was haunted by himself. Born in 1850, Maupassant became one of France's greatest writers. Famous for The Necklace and the Horla, he rose fast and unraveled faster. His stories were brilliant but unsettling, obsessed with madness, identity, and the line between real and imagined. Around 1885, Maupassant confessed something chilling. He wasn't just writing about mental decay, he was living it. He claimed he was being followed, not by a stalker or spy, but by himself, an identical double that appeared and spoke. At first, he only saw it at night, but soon the double came during the day, calm, silent, observing. Then it started dictating his stories. It didn't shout or scream, it spoke in his own voice. Sometimes it read his own writing aloud, before he had written it. His most terrifying story, the Horla, tells of an invisible force that haunts a man, watching, thinking, controlling. Critics praised it as brilliant fiction. Maupassant later admitted it wasn't fiction at all. It was a reflection of his own torment. The double didn't attack or harm him. It wasn't a demon, that's what made it worse. It was him, calm, knowing, familiar. Maupassant began to fear his own reflection. He believed mirrors could trap his double or let it loose. He avoided solitude but also feared people. The double knew things he hadn't said. It predicted what he'd write before he started. By 1891, his mind was slipping. He grew paranoid, isolated, and obsessed with death. The double visited more frequently. He told a friend, "I'm afraid of myself, of what I might do, of what I have already done." In 1892, he attempted suicide, slashed throat, near death. He survived, but he didn't return. Not really. He was committed to a private asylum in Paris. Even there, he claimed the double returned, talking, judging, existing. Nurses reported these strange, one-sided conversations, arguments with no one present, and episodes of, well, silent terror at night. His final writings were fragmented and honestly pretty cryptic. Some believed he was still channeling the double until the very end. Guy de Maupassant died in 1893 at age 42, alone, broken, and haunted by a second self that no one else ever saw. So modern science calls it autoscopy, a pretty rare hallucination where someone actually sees their own double. But, you know, Maupassant's case lasted for years. Some folks blame syphilis, while others say it was schizophrenia. And then, a few believe it was something even worse, a mind just split wide open. Honestly, his best stories feel way too real to be just fiction, because, well, they weren't. They were lived, not imagined. The man who gave us tales of madness, illusion, and identity lost all three. Even now, some believe Maupassant was more than sick. He was tuned into something unnatural, something that saw him too clearly. There are cases of people seeing their doubles before dying. Folklore calls them harbingers. Science calls them hallucinations. But you know, Maupassant's double didn't just appear once. It stayed, it spoke, it wrote, it thrived. It wasn't evil, it wasn't good, it was just there. A ghost without a grave. In the end, Maupassant didn't fear monsters. He feared mirrors, and what might blink back that wasn't him. His double never aged, never slept, never died. It existed just beyond the edge of vision, always waiting. He left behind 300 stories and one legend, the man who met his own ghost, and wrote it down. Was it madness, disease, or something we still don't understand? Even now, the answer feels just out of reach. Maupassant's greatest horror wasn't fictional, it was personal. It had his voice, his face, his thoughts. Not all ghosts are strangers. Some wear our face, and some never leave. If this story left you thinking, subscribe to Twilight Truths. Real stories, still unexplained. Comment below, what do you think Maupassant really saw?